Welcome to History with Master Squishies. In today's video, we'll be covering the history of the FCM-36. We'll be going over who made it, the design, what nations used it, some of the battles that took place in, and how it performs in-game. To start off, the FCM-36 was a French light tank, but as I like to call it, the Charles de Gaulle tank, since it has an uncanny resemblance to his photos. The FCM-36 was designed by Forges et Chantiers de la Méditerranée in 1933 and started production in 1936, with the first tank arriving in 1938. The FCM-36 was the new replacement for the Renault FT, but was substantially more expensive to produce, and due to this, along with delays in manufacturing, only around 100 units were produced. The FCM-36 was chosen because of its gas-proof design, its sloped welded armor, and its diesel engine, which made it the first and only French tank to feature a diesel engine during World War II. Unfortunately, the FCM-36 had a really rough start. In 1935, during the prototype's first debut, the tank was untestable due to main mechanical problems, thus it was sent back to the manufacturers. In fact, the FCM-36 wasn't even tested before its debut, which after showed many faults and shortcomings. This led to the hull, turret, suspension, and tracks to get a redesign. In 1936, it was tested and approved for production with one request that the armor be thickened from 30mm to 40. The FCM-36 was seen as the most advanced French tank in production, and improvements were planned to be made later on, but by 1939, FCM announced that they would cease production of the FCM-36 due to the production cost being more substantial than the original predicted price. The turret of the FCM-36 was planned to become the standard for all French light tanks, but it was scrapped due to the fact that it couldn't be mounted with a 37mm long barrel gun and would crack the steel from the recoil. The FCM-36 was equipped with a single turret mounted with a 37mm L21 SA-18 gun and a secondary coaxial 7.5mm MAC-31 machine gun, at a maximum of 40mm of armor and a minimum of 6mm of armor. It had a crew of 2, a weight of 13.6 tons, a length of 4.46 meters or 14.8 feet, a width of 2.14 meters or 7 feet, a height of 2.20 meters or 7.3 feet, and a max speed of 15 miles per hour. Next, we'll move on to its operational history. The FCM-36 was used by France and Germany. In French use, the FCM-36 was used during the Battle of France at the Meuse River in Sedan. They were ordered to perform a counterattack on the German advancing army, but due to the chaos and confusion at the last French defensive line in Belson, the march was delayed. This allowed the German tanks to start to cross the river on pontoon bridges, and the battle would take place near Belson. The French tanks successfully destroyed some of Germany's light armored vehicles, but the guns on the French tanks proved insufficient against the Panzer III's armor, as did some of the Panzer III's still equipped with the feeble 37mm gun against the sloped armor on the FCM-36. After slugging it out for a while, and both nations engaging in very short-range combat, the German crews learned to aim for the welds and corners on the FCM-36, causing their shots to go through and knocking out their tanks. The French were forced to retreat, leaving only 10 of the 36 FCM-36 tanks deployed remaining. They then attacked and defended Ston, but were driven away. Early 1939, one FCM-36 was destroyed while testing a Teller mine on it. The remaining 73-ish tanks were kept in reserve to regain their numbers. During fall route, they successfully led a counterattack against German infantry. They later tried to cover the French retreat, which caused them to lose a majority of their strength to German tanks. In German use, the FCM-36 wasn't deployed by itself. Instead, 12 were rebuilt in 1942 as self-propelled artillery, known as the 10.5cm LE-FH 1618 SF Auf Gestützwagen FCM-F, and 10 were rebuilt in 1943 as Marder 1 equivalent tanks called the 7.5cm Pak 40 SF Auf Geschützwagen FCM-F. Finally, we'll move on to how it performs in War Thunder versus its historical performance. The FCM-36 in War Thunder is really well done. The armor is slightly off, with the minimum being 8 8mm instead of 6mm. The guns are right with the 37mm L21 SA-18 gun and a secondary coaxial 7.5mm MAC-31 machine gun being equipped. The speed is really close, with it going 14.9 miles per hour instead of 15 miles per hour. All in all, the FCM.36 is really well done, and I can't find anything too majorly wrong with it. So with all that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, squish that like button, subscribe, and let me know what you want to hear about next. I'll see you in the next one.